Hey, it's Biddy Penny. Welcome to my channel. It's November 1st. Wow, it's November 1st. So today I have my hashtag Crafty Goals 2023 collab, which is organized by Debbie over at Project 39 Mini Albums. There's a whole team of us who do this every month. I'll leave everyone linked down below. It is a collab. And I'm going to show you everything I made in October. So this was my October sheet load of cards. This is really how I start every month off. I started the same this year. I do my crafty goals on the first of every month, and on the second every month, I share my sheet load, which comes from Call Me Crafty Owl. That's where you go. The sheet load is free. It's a card sketch, and it changes every month. So this was my sheet load for October. Made it for some crafty friends. Love those. I did convert the sheet load to a 5x7. This is 4 cards that I made in live at Craft Roulette's card making. Oh gosh, World Card Making Day. I'm gonna pull it together. Pull it together, Biddy Penny. And then this is a journal that I made live with Lynn in October. We did a crafty session on her channel. I'll leave the videos, all of the things mentioned. I'll leave it all linked down below, but I'll leave the link to Craft Roulette's World Card Making Day marathon. That was amazing. And to this video where Lynn and I made junk journals. She had never ever made one before, and we made them live. So I made this whole journal live on that channel with her on that video. This is like a double belly band. We did everything, you guys. We did the faux tea dye on these papers like this right here. Those aren't actually tea dyed, so we did like a faux tea dye for some pages, and then I used scrapbook paper and cut aparts, and I used old Christmas cards that I had gotten from the thrift store that same day. And yeah, I love the way this journal came together. I absolutely love it. I want to make more of them. So in November, I will definitely be making some Christmas journals here on my channel. That's kind of like the only plan I really have for November, to be honest. Well, I mean, I have a few more. On October 2nd, my friend Desiree over at Desiree Tangles with Paper, I'd include a thank you. She released her first ever stamp set release, and she sent them to me in advance, and I got to play with them and make lots of cards. So I technically made these cards right here in September, but I couldn't show them to you. So we're going to say that I made them in October because that's when I could show them to you. And oh my gosh, I just love her stamps so much. She just restocked them, so yay. Here's another one that I made with a combination of the different stamp sets. She and I also got together and did a live. She came on my channel, and we made some cards together, and I tried to Zentangle around the stamp. So this is like the Flourish stamp set, and so that is my tangled. And then these cards that I made for World Card Making Day over on Craft Roulette were also made with her stamp sets. I did a couple of lives in October. This is one of them. I got together with you guys in like 30-45 minutes. We made 8 cards. That was a really fun session. All of these cards were made during that time. This is a 49 and Market collection that I got from Mindless Crafting, and I had made these for the Mindless Crafting card campaign, which ends today. All the cards were supposed to be turned in today, which I did. I sent off my cards, but those I forgot. They were in my October pile is why. That's okay. I'm going to donate more cards, and I'll just throw them in those donations. That's a tent card. I haven't shown you that card yet. And then Oh So Inspired is another Call Me Crafty Owl collab team that I'm on, where we case a card every month. This one, I use the same exact products, but I made two different sizes so you could kind of see the scale and the difference. So these are my 5x7s, and the other two were A2 cards. I love these cards so much. So that's on the 20th of every month. I have a couple of junk journal hacks that I came up with this month. This one was for covering junk mail envelopes. You know, the windows are always different. You might have different things on them. These are the only two I could find. I think I've already used all the others. But yeah, that is such a great hack. If you're into the junk journaling, you got to go back and see that hack if you haven't seen it already. I finished my autumn butterfly journals, these right here. But another hack that I came up with was this idea for covering white pages. Now, obviously, I'm showing you on a journal that doesn't have any white pages because it's done. But I just wanted to show you the different ones that I came up with. So I came with the first two that I showed you are just real simple. They just have flips. This one has 3 pockets on it. Again, very simple. This next one was hands down my favorite, and I think from the comments it was y'all's favorite too. So let me just take everything out of this one. It's got 2 belly bands and 1 pocket on the bottom is the design for this. And basically the idea behind this is that you can mass make these and have them ready for your journals. And to help cover some white pages if you just have too many. I don't think it's bad to have white pages, but some of my journals have far more than I want. So that's where I think this would come into place. Plus, it's fun to already have it decorated, already have it ready to go. You could make the bases with just the belly bands and the pockets and add all the ephemera later. If you just use like papers that are neutral or in colors that you typically use a lot of. With these, I knew I was making autumn journals, so I would easily be able to give them all a home. And I went ahead and decorated all these, and all of this was made with Antonio Makes digital papers. I joined his team in October. I'm going to be on his team in October, November, and December. I want to thank you all who did go over and purchase things using my discount code, which has been corrected. It's BITTY Penny, PENNY 10. All the letters are capitalized, and you can get 10% off. And then I earn a small commission, a nice commission off of what you purchase. Okay, this is a mixed media tag that I also made this month. I made 6 of them and I tucked them in the front pocket. Again, I made that with a mixture of things, but I made it with a lot of Antonio Makes because I was working on these autumn butterfly journals. I also used some of Desiree's stamps, and it was just so much fun. So if you want to see mixed media tag making, definitely check that out. Now, I use scrapped upholstery fabric on the covers of these journals, so you can see this one's like shedding a little bit. Like, you might like that look. I actually have a journal that has a lot of the threads hanging off, and I love it, but you can also just trim it off. So if you end up being one of the individuals with one of these journals or one like it in the future, that's just a little note for you. On the side, and you guys haven't seen any of this and won't be seeing any of this unless you come to my class or take the virtual one, but I've been working on my virtual class. Also, I have been making these kind of Day of the Dead. This is like a Sacred Heart flip-flop journal. So I made my first ever flip-flop journals in October. I made 2 of them and I'm hooked. I am absolutely hooked on the flip-flop, y'all. I can't get enough of it, to be honest. So this one is mine, and I'm going to use one side of the journal for my family members and the other side for my husband's, and just like add their pictures and memories of the ones who have gone before us. And so that's what this journal is designed for. I don't have it 100% done, and evidence of that is that I haven't even glued this flower down yet. So I'll just do that here real quick. I'm still going to be adding a lot to this journal, but I got it done enough that now it's at a place where I can just finish it as I journal in it. And as I add our family members' pictures. So here's another side. I really love this. That little flower, dried flower, that thing right there, that came from a kit from Tu Casa de Papel. I shared all of this yesterday on my channel. Yesterday was a busy day on my channel. I had this junk journal, I was finishing it up, and then I had a card making video. Both were pretty intense and beautiful projects. So if you missed it, go back and check that out. But yeah, I just did a little decorating in this journal in that video and one of those videos and showed a flip through. I also unboxed a box that I got from Tu Casa. Okay, so this is a pretty, thorough flip through here as well. But in the other video, I was finishing it. So I was actually decorating it in that video. So here's the flip flop. Here we go. It's just so fun. It's like 2 journals in one. If you like decorating journal covers, you've got to make a flip flop. You get to make 2 journal covers. And it makes a beautiful display piece. My sister-in-law already has hers on display in her house. I've got mine set up as well, even though it's not decorated yet. But the fun thing is we'll be decorating this for years to come. And I love that about it. So in my Tu Casa de Papel box, I got this folio. Okay, and so like I said, if you go back and see the unboxing, you can see what it originally looked like, but I've already changed it some. Like I've added pages, I've added pockets, and I've turned this into something I'm going to use a lot. There's some alcohol tape that I made in October as well. You guys got to stick around and see all the goodies. I'm one busy crafter. These are some papers that came in that kit. You can see I added that pocket at the top. I added this pocket here on this side. I was just covering up the writing really, but have a little side pocket there. I just couldn't cover up those kids. They're too cute. I have lots of ephemera that I haven't used yet in my journal, in my Day of the Dead journal. Here is a lot of it. So I'm just going to put this in this folder. So over here is a pocket. I'm going to add it there for now. And I added pages and I added pockets kind of everywhere. Added this pocket here on this page. And then again, this is like paper and stuff that came in that kit, plus paper I added from my stash. Here is a QR code for her shop. If you want to check it out, you can just scan that with your phone, pause the video and scan that with your phone. This is a piece of paper that came in the kit and I just taped it in with my tape. Taped it in on both sides before I even glued down that pocket. This was a page printable that came. It's a full-size page that you can put in a journal. It's 8.5 by 11 folded in half. So now I can tuck a bunch of those in there and I have all this extra space because I added more pages to this folio. So I can actually take an 8.5 by 11, fold it up. I can stack a bunch of those in there. I can put them behind this belly band. When I designed this belly band, I made sure it was long enough. This page right here came, it's like poster board thickness. It's really thick. It came from a magazine and I had been saving it. I didn't know what I wanted to do with it and it became a page in this folio now. This is the fabric that came in the kit and what I've done is just clipped it all together with a little clip. And so I just have it clipped on to this back page that I made with another piece of scrapbook paper. And so I'm showing you here that this can also hold a bunch of paper like folded in half or just large pieces. So essentially now I have this folio, this place where I can store lots of maybe like my Mexican and South American printables and textiles and things like that. I can put things in here that I want to put into my Day of the Dead journal. So I think it's kind of, I'm showing you here that these pages were sewn together by her. She did a short zigzag stitch. But essentially, this is a companion to my Day of the Dead journal. And it's just a fun place to have ephemera and papers. I have a number of her printables, and so those can go in there. This was a beautiful card that was a custom card that I made for a couple who just got married. And it's a 5x7, so I actually gifted it with a really beautiful frame so that they could frame it and hang it in their home. It is very detailed, really gorgeous. It says, "From Texas to Mexico to the moon and back, we wish you everlasting love." Here is the junk journal I made for my sister-in-law, the flip-flop journal. This is her version. Oh, I love it so much, you guys. Those are Dollar Tree felt skeletons, by the way. I bought them like a couple of years ago and used them sparingly. Hers was complete, obviously, and I gave it to her a week ago so that she could start journaling in it. This is a holiday that means a whole lot to her. Her daughter was born on this holiday, and she has a number of family members that she was close to who have passed, and she always remembers them. So this is an embroidery piece that I made for her cover, and I just took a picture of it and added it to my junk journal because I hadn't done embroidery in years and years and years and years and years. So anyways, this is another flip-flop journal. This was the first one I ever made. I am so in love with this. I wasn't planning on a flip-flop journal being the class that I was teaching, but now I kind of am. I did a lot of studio cleaning, but it still has so far to go. I wanted to remind you of this, you guys. I've had this for like 2 years. I made this. It's my craft studio monthly maintenance. I have like refill glue bottles and wipe them down, refill ink pads, refill and fold card bases, refill water brushes, stamp cleaners, restock foam tape and adhesive, sharpen cutting blades, wipe down scissors and equipment, restock my clean microfiber stuff. Like this is just stuff that I think is good to do in our craft room once a month. So when we sit down to craft, our supplies are ready for us. It's a way for us to honor all of our tools. I can't wait to get crafty in November. Come back tomorrow. I've got a sheet load of cards for you guys, and we'll be making a whole bunch of stuff. I'm just sure of it. What are we going to make? I don't know. It'll be a surprise for both of us. Thanks for watching. Bye.